Good Monday Matters. I hope you had a wonderful Sabbath and are looking forward to a new week and all the things that God has in store for you. My name is Mike Courtney and this is Monday Matters. Every Monday I take a few minutes and talk about something to make your life happier, healthier, and perhaps a little bit holier. And if you follow me, you know that usually on Monday I'm dressed up, I look sharp, I'm looking good. I don't know if that's true, but I usually don't look like this. But I would just be honest, I'm on my way to play tennis. I play tennis on Monday mornings with a bunch of guys, and I'm headed out to play with them. But before I did, I wanted to make sure I got this in because there's something that's kind of pressing on my mind right now. Doris and I, like many of you, spent most of the day yesterday glued to the television set and watching the Charlie Kirk memorial service. Now, I'm not going to get into the politics of that. I don't know how you feel about that, what side of the spectrum you come on. That doesn't matter to me. What I do want to say is that it was, you have to acknowledge that it was an absolutely unique, in my time, an absolutely unique experience of hearing the gospel message clearly presented over and over and over again. I mean, not just one person, not just Rob McCoy, the pastor who started the thing by saying he'd been asked to present the gospel message, and he did with a very clear invitation. But over and over and over again, Marco Rubio, obviously Erica Kirk. I mean, just almost every speaker. I wrote a quick post yesterday and said there were some things that were said that made me cringe. Where two or three are gathered together, somebody's going to be a wacko. That's always the case. But man, the gospel message just went out and went out and went out. It was I think a watershed moment for our nation and for our world. One estimate that I saw, or some estimates said that they thought as many as 1 billion people could view that at some point. I don't know. You hear all kinds of estimates. Sometimes they are colored by the political background of the estimator. But I will say I looked at 4 different websites that were streaming it live, and 4 different websites. Each one of them had nearly 1 million viewers as I just scrolled through and looked at these different websites. So who knows how many people were impacted by the gospel. What that prompted in me was this question: how do I present the gospel? How do I present the gospel without destroying the cross? That's because you got some people that present the gospel, and I just think, oh brother, all that the sacrifice of Jesus meant on the cross went out the window the way that was presented. And then you have other people who live in the shadow of the cross but never present the gospel. How do I present the gospel without destroying the cross? I'm going to teach in my church on Wednesday night on this. I retired from that. So far, I've done a good job of remaining retired for about 4 weeks, and here I go back again. But on Wednesday night, I'm going to teach on this very thing and expand it more. But I want to start with these kind of observations, I think, first of all. Just kind of go through them very, very quickly and give you five steps of how to do this. Number 1, the gospel is offensive, but not mean. Paul talks about the offense of the gospel. The gospel is offensive. It is. When people are confronted with truth, they're going to be offended. It's offensive, but it's not mean. Again, Paul in 1 Corinthians 13, but without love, you have nothing. You can be articulate, you can be bold, you can be, I think, again, not to continue to go back to this, but that was one of the things that became evident as we really took a deep dive into Charlie Kirk, that he was bold and articulate, and he He won most of his debates, but he also had love. So the gospel is offensive, but not mean. Don't be mean as you're presenting it. Number two, the gospel is corrective, but not arrogant. The whole point of the gospel is to say you're going this way and you need to be going this way. But it's not arrogant about that. You can't talk about the gospel without also talking about Paul a lot. And so the Apostle Paul says at one place, he came to save sinners, of which I am chief. Listen, when I preach, when I present the gospel, I am keenly aware that nobody out there has a story like mine. That man, I have blown it, and I have fallen, failed, and really messed up. So it's corrective, but it's not arrogant. Here's number three. The gospel is prescriptive. That's easy for me to say. The gospel is prescriptive, but not accusatory. It says, hey, this is the way people are. This is how they act, and this is the outcome of that. That's the whole point of the gospel. But it is not accusatory. The gospel doesn't come with a finger pointing at people like this. The gospel comes with hands open wide and arms outstretched. The enemy of the gospel is not the sinner. The enemy of the gospel is sin. And so I'm not accusing, I'm not attacking, I'm not belittling that person. Here's number four. The gospel is clear, but not judgmental. The gospel is not judgmental. We are judged by the gospel, but it's not because it's judgmental. It just presents the truth in a very clear way, and then sin causes us to feel judged. If we are reading the gospel in order to judge other people, well, first of all, we need to be looking in the mirror when we're reading it. The gospel is about providing a way out, not providing a way in. It's about providing a way out of your sin, out of the lifestyle that you're in, not putting you in a group of people that we hate or we despise. And finally this, the gospel is written, but it's not words. The gospel is meant to be lived out. It's meant to be demonstrated. It's meant to be shown to people by how it impacts us. Those kind of philosophical statements, I think, help me as I consider how I can better present the gospel. So I jotted down 5 things. These 5 things I would encourage you to do as you begin to look at how to be better at presenting the gospel. Number 1, build relationships. The gospel is best presented in relationships. Know people. Get to know them. Get to know people who need to hear the gospel and talk to them out of a relationship. Number 2, live with integrity. Your walk talks and your talk talks, but your walk talks louder than your talk talks. Let them see you live. Live with integrity if you're going to present the gospel. Number 3, go the extra mile. Be the servant. Be sacrificial. Be the one who's humble. Go the extra mile. Number 4, love, love, love. You know, in real estate, they used to say there's 3 words, location, location, location. Well, in the gospel, there's 3 words, love, love, love. Present it with love, follow it up with love, have love before you go in, after you go in, love, love, love. Let love be evident in all that you say and do. And then number 5, be filled with the Spirit. If there was ever a time that we need to be filled with the Spirit, it's now as we are presenting the gospel. Paul says or Jesus says at the end of Matthew, go and make disciples in all the world, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and lo, I'm with you always, even to the end of the age. And then his next statement was to say to the disciples, hey, but before you do, in Acts chapter 1, but wait in Jerusalem until you're filled with the Holy Spirit, and then you'll be witnesses unto me in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the most parts of the earth. Be filled with the Spirit. Ask God every morning, God, fill me, give me what I need in order to be a gospel presenter today. Well, I am excited about what's going to happen as we begin to take seriously the call to present the gospel. I hope you'll do that. I plan to do that better. I'm going to do it right now on the tennis court. Have a great day. I will post something each day about this on Facebook and Instagram. And thanks for being a gospel sharer. See ya.